all 10 people already have clients, and I'm co-coaching those clients with them, teaching them how to go about it. And it's already off to a really good start. So that's my contribution to the next generation. The next one would be something you and I are working on.
I know, we're so excited about it.
So this is probably the idea that I'm most excited about moving forward. And I think that you and I have both lived in the business growth or entrepreneur space for a while, and there's all these mastermind meetings out there, and people hear this word mastermind, and it's like,
it literally makes my skin crawl.
It does, right? Because like only because we've been. For most people out there, they're probably like, oh, what mastermind are they going to say to go to? Because they think it's a really good word.
It sounds like a kids movie that's going to have an evil character with a gigantic.
But people have associated it, and they talk about it, and there's so much good connotation in the majority of the public. And then you go to these things, you spend 20 grand, and you show up and you're very deflated. You leave there, and I always tell people you go out and you're super motivated, and all the person that owns the mastermind did was get you super excited, get you super hyped. They're like, oh, you're gonna make $1 million, and you're gonna have this and you're gonna have that, and then you go home and you look at your notes and you're like, oh, what's step one?
Step one is to promote everybody else's brand
and
in the mastermind with no deviation whatsoever.
Yeah, like this person wants you to promote that, but nobody actually wants to help you with your business. And nobody actually wants you to develop your own ideas.
And a lot of people actually have nothing to offer other than to copy a methodology that is passed around throughout the mastermind. Yeah. So, and that actually kind of brings me to, and we're going to drop the big news at the end of the segment, but so you brought up the word coach, and you know how I feel about the word coach. Just like mastermind, it also makes my skin crawl. And you were in a meeting with me where I was talking about, we won't mention her name, but there's a certain group of people that are all taught the same way to build an online platform and how to then parlay that into a network and to keep building your growth. And unfortunately, for a lot of us that actually are experts in the space and have a lot to really offer people on a deeply impactful level, now our space is oversaturated with people that bought into this online platform and can just churn out these duplicate sites and sales funnels. And I know that you and I are very firmly rooted in our goal of actually kind of breaking that.
Absolutely.
That chain of events and kind of pulling the wool away from people's eyes and showing them all these people that are kind of replicating this system. A lot of them don't deserve to be where they are. Well,
and if you look, and if anybody out there that sees this thinks critically for a minute, and you look at who's very successful in the world and in their space, they weren't doing what everyone else was doing. They had an idea that was disruptive in the space.
Disruptive, you say.
It's an interesting word, right? Interesting word choice. But it was. I mean, it's disruptive in the space. It's counterintuitive to what everybody else is doing. Myself, every advisor out there, every guru is like, dude, you have to automate more. I remember sitting on a phone call with a very well-known guru, and I told him the whole, my whole spiel, and I said, I want to leverage my time, but I will not give up working with my clientele. It's what I'm very passionate about. He listened to my whole thing. Or maybe he didn't listen, because at the very end, he was like, all right, dude, you saw my webinar, you got to automate. And I'm like, you just heard me say for 20 minutes, I'm not going to automate, and then I'm going to work one-on-one with people. But clearly, he was a one-trick pony. Like, he's like, I'm going to help you automate, and I'm going to help you make money, and blah, blah, blah. Not interested in that.
And again, it's not to say that those things don't work to make money.
Sure.
But they don't work to truly help people in a sustainable way, because they're built on financial codependence, and the relationships are parasitic.